Welcome back to our final part of this LLM deep dive.
It's been a wild ride, hasn't it?
It really has. We've covered what LLMs are and how they can change practically every aspect of sales.
From finding new leads all the way to closing deals.
Exactly. But there's a side to LLMs we haven't fully discussed yet.
The potential downsides.
The challenge.
Then the risks that come with this powerful technology.
That's what we're going to focus on today.
Let's do it.
So let's start with the big one, job displacement.
Yes. The robots are coming for our jobs.
Are LLMs going to make salespeople obsolete?
That's a question I hear a lot, and it's natural to be concerned.
Especially in sales.
But at the end of the day, technology is just a tool.
Okay.
It can be used for good or for bad.
Right.
The key with LLMs is to think of them as partners.
Partners.
Yeah. Not replacements for human salespeople.
So they're there to help salespeople, to augment their skill.
Exactly. And to free them up to focus on what humans do best.
The things that AI can't replicate.
Exactly. The most successful sales organizations, they're going to be the ones that
Find that balance.
yes,
Yeah.
harness the power of LLMs while also leveraging the strengths of their human workforce.
It's about finding that synergy between technology and human talent.
I love that word, synergy.
It fits.
That-
But let's get a little more specific about some of the challenges with LLMs.
Okay.
Bias is a big one.
Huge. How do we make sure that LLMs are used fairly and equitably?
That's the million-dollar question.
It really is. Because these LLMs, they're trained on massive data sets.
Right.
And if those data sets contain biases...
The LLM will inherit them,
Exactly. It will perpetuate those biases in its outputs.
which could lead to some really unfair outcomes.
We definitely want to avoid that.
So how can sales leaders make sure their LLMs aren't biased?
It all starts with the data.
The data that's used to train the LLMs.
Yep. We have to make sure it's as diverse and representative as possible.
And free from any biases that could skew the LLM's decisions.
Right. It's not just about the quantity of data, it's about the quality, too.
And the representativeness.
Absolutely. And then you also need to constantly test and monitor the LLMs.
To make sure they're behaving themselves.
Yeah. Make sure they're performing as expected and that they're not showing any signs of bias.
Sounds like a lot of responsibility for the people implementing these systems.
It is a big responsibility.
We need to be really careful with this technology.
We do. We have to approach LLM implementation with ethics in mind.
A commitment to fairness and transparency.
Those were key.
So it's not just about making more money.
Right. It's about making sure this technology is used for good.
In a way that benefits everyone.
That's the goal.
Well, this has been a really thought-provoking conversation. What final words of wisdom do you have for our listeners as they start their own LLM journeys?
LLMs can revolutionize sales. There's no doubt about that.
They've seen that.
But we have to be smart about it.
Approach it with caution
Think about the ethics.
and prioritize fairness and transparency.
Those are crucial.
This is really just the beginning of the LLM journey.
It is. And who knows what the future holds?
But one thing's for sure.
What's that?
It's going to be exciting. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the world of LLMs and sales. Keep exploring, keep learning, and we'll see you next time.